Thank you all for joining us for the Trending Destinations webinar. Before we begin, please note that this presentation is being recorded for educational purposes. At this time, all attendees are in listen-only mode. If you have any questions anytime throughout the presentation, please go ahead and type it in the GoToWebinar module, and we will answer it at the end of the presentation. If we don't get to it at the end of the presentation, we will follow up with you with an email, okay? And then if there are like specific questions that we do have to research, then we'll obviously research those questions. Now, without further ado, I do want to hand over the mic to our new Northeast Sales Manager, Stephanie. Stephanie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Danielle. How are you today?
I'm fantastic. I'm excited. This is your first webinar with Europe Express.
My first one.
You ready to take it on?
I'm ready. Thank you very much.
All right.
And thank you for everybody for being here and joining us today. We'll just be about a half hour, so not too much of your time. We're just going to whet your palate a little bit with some amazing destinations. As Danielle said, my name is Stephanie Governale. I am new to the Europe Express sales team and very, very excited to be here and very excited to be presenting to you today. So once again, thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time. In case you don't know about us by now, here's some great things we specialize in to only travel agents. Our team here is comprised of knowledgeable, passionate, and well-traveled reservation specialists. They have either lived, worked, studied, and sometimes all three in the countries throughout Europe. All of our groups are completely customizable here at Europe Express and can be quoted at net or commissionable rates. For over 26 years, we've exclusively worked only with travel advisors to create completely customizable European itineraries for both groups and FIT. So from Iceland to Westland Turkey, from Portugal to Scandinavia, these are the 22 countries that 82% of Americans choose for a leisure vacation to Europe. So here we go on our trending destinations of 2018. Each year, travel professionals weigh in on the best places to visit. These trending destinations represent the exciting experiences that await your clients. From authentic cuisine to magnificent landscapes, far-flung places to unforgettable festivals, there are plenty of reasons to grab a passport and hit the road. Last time we introduced you to 3 buzzworthy destinations that should be on your radar this season. Now we'd like to showcase another trio for you to consider. We'll start in Italy, where Bologna continues to be praised as one of Italy's best foodie destinations, as well as the charming cities of Siena and Sorrento. Next, we'll look at Portugal, a travel and leisure magazine destination of the year. Thanks to a diverse landscape and a pleasant climate, there are plenty of year-round vacation spots to discover, from the lively capital city of Lisbon to the beautiful beaches of the Algarve region. Our final off-the-beaten favorite is the Czech Republic. Karlovy Vary is a storybook village known for its rejuvenating Bohemian hot springs. This quaint town is the perfect pairing with the charming cafes and medieval castles of Prague. Listen to why these places are trending now and why your clients won't want to miss these unforgettable experiences. The classic Italian holiday to Rome, Florence, and Venice has always been a favorite of world travelers. However, now that so many have already experienced the big 3, many find themselves in search of rich and rewarding experiences off the beaten path. Of course, there is no substitute for standing beneath the Sistine Chapel or crossing the Bridge of Sighs, but after all the guidebook must-sees, it's time to head a bit further afield. Bologna, Siena, and Sorrento may not be in your client's immediate travel plans, but they should be. And here's why. Thanks to a long culinary history, Bologna has jokingly been called Bologna, the fat one. Just an hour by train from Florence, the Red City has always been one of Italy's great food destinations. From Michelin-starred restaurants to local trattorias, Bologna serves up unforgettable dishes. After a good meal, your clients can stroll the medieval food market for homemade pasta or climb the old bell tower for magnificent views of the red-tiled cityscape. There are street-side entertainment and outdoor cafes, the oldest university in the West, and luxury fashion labels. However, one of this town's best-loved traditions won't cost them a thing. The evening stroll is the quintessential Bologna experience. With miles of porticos and arched walkways snaking their way through the old city, there's no better way to experience life like a local. When the sun finally does set, your weary travelers can retire to the prestigious Grand Majestic Giabaglione Hotel in the heart of Bologna. Perched high on a white cliff above the Adriatic Sea, Sorrento offers views of Mount Vesuvius and the Bay of Naples. This stunning peninsula is where Ulysses was forced to fill the ears of his sailors with wax to avoid the siren's call. Today, the pull of Sorrento's beauty is just as strong. Your guests will dine on fresh from the ocean grilled fish and sip delicious limoncello. Take walks through the scented gardens and the old fisherman's port. After relaxing in the sun-drenched piazza, it's time for the stunning yet nerve-wracking Amalfi Drive. This world-famous road winds its way around sheer cliffs towards the village of Positano and then on toward Amalfi, a little seaside town basking in the sun. Your traveler's home away from home is the luxurious Grand Hotel Royal, a 5-star retreat overlooking the Mediterranean with old-world comforts, a private beach, and renowned cuisine. Siena is a charming town with slender cypress trees, terraces draped with olive trees, and ancient stone walls. It's a landscape straight out of a Renaissance painting, but what is most remarkable is how little it has changed over time. Center stage is the Piazza del Campo, a scallop-shaped plaza where citizens race horses through the center of town. This event is full of pomp and circumstance with parades and flag throwing, drummers and knights in armor, all of it leading up to 3 exhilarating laps around the earth-covered piazza. Beyond this legendary event, Siena also is loved for its bell tower overlooking the Chianti countryside and the charming cafe culture that begs you to relax, order a drink, and soak up the Tuscan sunshine. And on to the Czech Republic. Once hidden beyond the Iron Curtain, the former communist countries of Warsaw Pact are quickly changing. The Czech Republic, which sits at the crossroads of Europe, is a true blending of the 2 worlds it straddles. Along with the modern conveniences of Western Europe, like English-speaking staff, ATMs, and occasional fast food restaurants, there are still plenty of bohemian and communist-era experiences to make your guests feel like true travel pioneers. Best of all, the Czech Republic is less expensive than the rest of Europe, offers a unique culinary culture, and serves what is arguably some of the best beer in the world. The Charles Bridge is your gateway into Prague's Old Town. Decorated with a parade of statues, it's a regal entrance into the city of 100 spires. Inside the historic core, there's a lot to see along the cobbled streets. Begin in the Old Town Square, one of the world's finest public piazzas. Your clients can relax in an outdoor cafe, explore centuries-old churches, and watch movements of one-of-a-kind astronomical clock. They'll also want to visit the city's massive cathedral that took 600 years to build, the largest castle in Europe, and Wenceslas Square, where the most dramatic moments in Czech history have played out. At the end of the day, it's time to retrace the King's Walk back to the Charles Bridge, where a view from the Gothic Tower at sunset offers a spectacular bird's-eye view. For accommodations, travelers will enjoy Hotel Leonardo, a contemporary property with views overlooking the Vltava River. Karlovy Vary was built around a hot spring discovered by Charles IV in the 14th century. Throughout history, it has been a holiday retreat for everyone from Karl Marx to Peter the Great, Sigmund Freud to Beethoven. After World War II, Eastern Bloc workers would come here to enjoy weeks of recuperation on doctor's orders. Even today, many of the spas cater to those seeking the healing properties of the mineral waters. After many stark years under communist rule, the city is now coming back to life with gracious promenades and renovated architecture, fine cafes, and a historic theater. There are magnificent views from the Lookout Tower, which your guests can summit themselves or arrive at by cable car. Just make sure they don't miss Karlovy Vary's real attraction, a hearty herb and mineral liqueur ironically called the 13th Spring. They can retire to the Vienna House Dvorak, a special hotel which offers curative treatments at the spa and wellness center and a location on the drinking colonnades where the famous mineral springs rise. And looking at Portugal, it wasn't so long ago that Portugal looked to be on the brink of economic disaster, but thanks to its year-round temperature climate, convenient access, and one of the most affordable travel experiences in Europe, Portugal has bounced back better than ever. In fact, last year, U.S. travel to the country outpaced overall international tourism. So why is now the time for Portugal? According to travel experts, there are a host of reasons. New hotel openings, a vibrant food scene, and a cultural rebirth that seems remarkably fresh and unique. From great wine to amazing beaches, wonderful museums to plenty of great shopping, there's a lot to see and do in this small country, and there's never been a better time to go. In the capital city of Lisbon, Tower of Belém is hard to miss. Looming over the harbor, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is an unforgettable landmark, thanks to the many unexpected figures hidden in the design. It welcomes travelers to Lisbon like it used to welcome Portuguese explorers returning home. Once they arrive, your guests will want to check out the city's food scene. Born from ancient trade routes, Lisbon's food is a mix of peasant rice dishes, sweet pastries, and pretty much anything you can pull out of the water. The newest culinary attraction is the Mercado, a 100-year-old market turned into a hip food court. Make sure your clients enjoy the tapas, the Michelin-starred eateries, and the country's famous egg tarts, all while getting to know the locals at the canteen-style tables. Afterwards, there are plenty of bars, shops, and public spaces to enjoy before your guests tuck in for the night. The Sofitel Lisbon Liberdade, a 5-star luxury hotel on Lisbon's most glamorous avenue, is the perfect choice. The Algarve coast is known for a string of stunning beaches and sheer seaside cliffs, but fun in the sun is only part of the region's charm. Exciting nightlife, an ancient Moorish capital, and thermal springs prove there's plenty of authentic experiences to be had. An afternoon drive takes your travelers to farm country where the smell of orange groves perfumes the air. Along the way, they'll stop at village cafes where chicken piri-piri is almost certainly on the menu and wine is always served. The warm Mediterranean climate and relative affordability make this the ideal getaway. For accommodations, we recommend the Porto Bay Felicia, a luxury hotel on the red rocks of the Algarve with direct access to the beach, spectacular views, and exceptional food. So we've talked about a lot of great products and services today. I hope that they were new to you. I hope that you learned a little something and got you a little bit interested in some new destinations. How do you book it? Well, there are 3 easy ways to book those destinations with Europe Express, and we are happy you're here learning what they are. The first way is to submit a custom quote request at www.europeexpress.com. You will hear back from one of our travel specialists within 24 to 48 hours. You'll just type in what city they're departing from, what cities they want to visit, their length of stay, and so on, and we'll go ahead and get back to you, like I said, in 24 to 48 hours. The second way is to simply call us. Our FIT specialists are knowledgeable, well-traveled, and best of all, they're available 7 days a week. If you are interested in quoting a group, our group department is available Monday through Friday. And the last way would be our website. Our best-in-class award-winning online booking system is available to you 24/7. It also has a variety of resources like city guides, suggested itineraries, archived newsletters, sightseeing flyers, as well as step-by-step and video instructions to the website. We also have a lot of additional resources available to you. You can subscribe to our newsletters to find out when we have more upcoming webinars, fam trips, and upcoming events near you. We also have e-brochures on our website. They offer a variety of suggested itineraries for both FIT and groups, and the itineraries are also downloadable and shareable for your use. We also have city flyers. We offer flyers for most popular sightseeing in the 15 most popular cities, walking tours, culinary experiences, experiential sightseeing. So feel free to download and print those for your clients to see our most popular tours, kind of give them an idea of how long each tour is, pricing, and accessibility. There are also city guides, which is our favorite. If you need further assistance with Ireland cities, please check out our city guides located on the website. They have restaurants, recommendations, history, and additional things for you to do. So go ahead and take a look at that. In terms of representation, you may have seen we made some announcements, one being myself, which Danielle did share with you, but we also have Dave Hoshin has joined the team on the West Coast. So if you're located on the West Coast and you needed sales support, feel free to contact Dave. His information is there. And we still have Meredith Harrell with us. She's covering the Midwest, and Michaela Haber, who is in the Southeast, and myself in the Northeast. So please feel free to reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. And some additional information, if you're looking to contact our FIT or groups department, you can do so at these phone numbers or email addresses, as well as through the website. We would love to keep the conversation going with you, so if you're someone who enjoys social media, please, by all means, find us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube at Europe Express. We would love to hear from you through social media as well. And now I'm going to open it up for Q&A and kind of turn things back over to Danielle. I do appreciate your time. I know everybody's busy, so thank you so much for joining us today to learn more about these destinations. Danielle?
Thank you so much, Stephanie. That was a lot of great information. I think I'm ready to go to that spa in Carlo Berry, what it was called.
I'm coming.
That looks beautiful. Yeah, let's go. So I do have a few questions coming in. A lot of them are just really grateful that you and Dave joined the team. They're saying we're so excited to meet you all. Yeah, that's awesome to see. Can you, Stephanie, go back to the contact information? Robin was wanting to see that.
Sure
Yeah,
will.
perfect.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Are all your hotels available on your website? And that's coming from Leslie. And all of those hotels actually that that are listed in the presentation are available and bookable through our site. I think the only one that was not a specific hotel that was in the presentation was the Siena, where we have a variety of Tuscan villas, and so I just kind of put in Tuscan Villa in there because I think that's the best way to experience Siena and Tuscany. It's to actually like go and live in a villa and do a cooking class there. So that was our recommendation for Siena, but all the other hotels are all available and all the villas as well. Let's see here, a couple other questions coming in. Okay, so I see that this is part 2 of the webinar series. Where can I find part 1? And that's coming from Stephanie. So I will be posting both this webinar recording and the Trending Destinations 1 recording. That kind of went over a few different destinations. We actually went over in that one, Spain, Ireland, and Croatia. So if you are interested in learning about those destinations, they will be posted on our webinars page next Tuesday. Okay, so the recordings will be there. It's on YouTube, and you can watch them at your convenience.
And Danielle, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention too, if you're looking for additional information, there are some handouts in the webinar directly related to the Czech Republic, Italy, Off the Beaten Path, and Portugal. So feel free to download those also.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly what we discussed today, just those different cities that you should suggest to your clients. All that information and what we talked about today is going to be in those handouts that are in the module. Let's see. And then, so on the groups, there are pretty much a FIT booking for multiple people, not a guided tour. Is this correct? So do you kind of want to talk a little bit more about groups, Stephanie? Do you want to take that one?
Sure, of course. So we have a terrific group department. They receive wonderful accolades, and we love to work with you. You can bring any of your groups to us. The only thing we really don't work within are spec groups, so you would have to have a group kind of prepared, or a group that maybe you've worked with before, but the groups department will completely customize a package for your group depending on their wants, needs, wish list, and really come up with something that's unique to that group and what they're looking to do. So, you know, beyond that, to kind of specify anything else, because they are so customized, I would say give them a call, let them know what you're looking at or what your group leader is looking at, and they can kind of walk you through the process and make wonderful recommendations and suggestions based on not only groups that we've done before, but also their own experiences.
Absolutely, I 100% agree. They're all so experienced, and we do have people on the ground in Europe that are hand selecting these hotels for your group. So just be aware of that. We do have that knowledge. I do have a question from Jody Stephanie. She's asking, if I have a client that wants to go to Italy and then up to Paris, is that something you can help book and plan?
Absolutely, absolutely. You can contact us through one of the three channels that I mentioned before. So either through our reservation department, a quote request form, or you can book it through our website. But if it's something that intricate and you need the additional assistance, our team is extremely experienced in doing that, and they can get you in between cities, city hopping, not only for those combinations, but really any combinations that you're looking for throughout Europe.
Yeah, the more destinations, the better, right? If they can fit it into their
Absolutely.
itinerary, why not? I do have a question from Pat. He's asking if my home office is in Texas, but my host agency is in California, which sales manager do I use?
You can work directly with Meredith because she's closer to you. I know that that kind of varies from place to place, but here at Europe Express, if she's directly in your territory, she'll go ahead and work with you in terms of whatever you might need. So feel free to reach out to her. But we are a team. I mean, if there was something that you needed and she wasn't available, any one of us can help.
Absolutely, yeah. I think a lot of these questions we're going to have to just get to afterwards. So Stephanie will send you out an email afterwards to follow up with any questions that we didn't get to today. For now, I think, awesome job, Stephanie, your first one with Europe Express. We're so thrilled to have you. Thank you so much for giving us all this great information today.
Well, thank you, Danielle, and I want to thank everyone once again for joining us. It's a great turnout, and we appreciate the interest in Europe Express and our destinations.
Thank you, everyone. Again, this webinar will be recorded and posted next Tuesday on the Europe Express website. Thank you all for attending, and have a great rest of your day.